All right. So let's dig in here and let's talk about the number one obstacle to doing video. What is the biggest reason that people don't do video? It's fear. Okay, it's fear. And if you're on here and you haven't done any videos yet, it's because of fear, probably. If you feel like you're hesitating because, well, I'm a little bit afraid. Well, here's some of the things of why people don't do video. Fear of sounding stupid. You know, we're kind of afraid that, oh, you know what, we may sound silly. And believe me, there was a time when I went through that just, you know, at the same time. Just fear of sounding stupid. You know, we don't want to sound dumb. We don't want to sound goofy. You know, we're kind of fearful about how we look, you know, and believe me, you know, you know, it's kind of funny. I've been at events before and, you know, I've had people come up to me and they want to take a selfie. And I remember this really sweet lady came up to me and she wanted to take a selfie picture with me. And she's like, hold on, let me position the picture so I look skinny. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, who cares? You know, beautiful woman, you're beautiful. Don't worry about it. You know, but it's like we're our own worst critic. Okay, we really are. We look at ourselves in the mirror and we pick apart every little feature that we have, and we compare ourselves to other people. So we're always afraid of how we look. So we spend all this time trying to make ourselves look super awesome. And I don't know about you, but to me, I love rawness. That's just me. I mean, I love realness. I don't like fake. I just love authenticity. And believe me, the marketplace loves authenticity. All right. They love authenticity. If you can be authentic and people can see that, they'll relate to you. They'll really look at you and they'll see you as a real person. And that's the way I've always tried to be in my videos. I'm not trying to be fancy. You know, I'm not trying to be the best video editor out there. I'm not trying to make the slickest videos. I'm not trying to, do things to up someone else. That's not my goal. My goal is to get a message out there, do it in a way that's very effective, and do it with simplicity. Because the truth of the matter is, guys, I don't want to do more work than I have to. Okay. And if that's you, then hey, you're listening to the right person here. All right. I don't want to do more work than I have to. I want it to be simple. I want it to be easy, and I want it to be effective. But in order for people to do this, you got to get over, the fear of sounding stupid. You got to get over the fear of how you might look. Now, I'm not suggesting that you just, wake up in the morning in your pajamas, hair's all messed up, you haven't brushed your teeth, nothing like that. I'm not suggesting that you hop on the video then. If you want to, totally up to you. Maybe you should do that one time just to get over that silly feeling of how how you look, just to be, goofy one day. But anyway, a lot of people they're fearful of what other people think. Okay. And I got news for you. People aren't thinking of you. Okay. They're thinking of themselves. And if other people think of you and they look at you and they think something negative, well, that's not your problem. That's their problem. Okay. It's not your problem. You can't control what other people think. Okay. So we need to stop trying to do that. And I'll tell you what will help you in this area is the fear of what other people think. Stop getting offended at what other people do. Stop getting offended at what other people say. When you get rid of being offended at everything, nothing can offend you. Therefore, you walk through life with a confidence and you just say, you know what? I could care less what you think. Until you start paying my rent, I'm not your thoughts or actions toward me really mean nothing. And the second you can free yourself from that, the second you can free yourself of worrying about what other people think of you, that's when your freedom in life starts to open up. That's when freedom mentally starts to open up. That's when you get rid of all the junk that's inside. When you can start really stop trying to please everybody is essentially what it is. And these are the things that hold people back. Fear of what other people think. So I hope that helps you a little bit. People are afraid of negative comments. Look, I'm going to be real straight with you here. All right. I'm going to be just totally honest with you. You are going to get some negative comments if you choose to do video. It's a fact. It's a fact. But I will tell you this, you will get more positive comments than you will negative. But see, the way our human minds work, and it's programming, quite frankly, and we need to change that programming, is we tend to, if we get 10 positive comments and 1 negative, you know what our mind does? It focuses on the 1 negative. That's like how our minds work. And I believe it's just programming culture. We tend to be, attracted to the negative, the sensationalistic, and that affects us. You see, rather than focusing on, the 9 comments out of the 10 that were positive, they're like, that's awesome. This is great content. You're awesome. You rock, all these other things. We focus on the one that says, hey, you know what? Your hair looks stupid, or whatever the comment may be. Guys, again, we got to get over that. Because I'll tell you right now, if you want to go on to build a business that's going to last you a while, okay, you're going to have to accept the fact right now that there are people that are going to try to stand in your way. There are people that are going to try to rain on your parade. And I would venture to say that many of you on here have already experienced that in one form or fashion. Maybe you've had a family member come to you and say, what are you doing that stupid thing for? Why don't you go get a real job? Why don't you quit playing around on Facebook all the time? Has that thing really worked? I've never known anybody to be successful doing that. And all these things, and we care so much about what others think that it affects us so much. We got to get past that. Okay. And my hope is that you will get past that. Stop worrying about and basing your self-worth on the opinions of others. It's not worth it. And it will hold you back in every aspect of your life until you get rid of it. So if you really want to take advantage of video, I'm showing you this stuff here, and you see that this is powerful. 80%, of content online, or 70%, somewhere in that range, is video. So, like, what is it? 80% of internet traffic by 2019 will be video. If you're not partaking in it in one form or fashion, you're going to be left behind. I hate to tell you, you're already left behind if you're not doing it. So we got to get over that. All right. You will get negative comments, but I tell you that because I want you to just be ready for it. Just be ready for it. Because if you're ready for it and you're prepared for it and you know it's going to happen at some point, guess what happens? It doesn't sting when it comes. You're like, oh yeah, you know what? I was on that webinar and Mark told me that was going to happen. And when it does, I want you to think of me. I want that to come back to your head, and what you learned here tonight, when you get that first negative comment, when it happens, you just remember, oh yeah, that's what Mark said would happen. Cool. I just move on. All right. So, and there's a beautiful thing. Okay. There's a beautiful thing you can do on Facebook and YouTube, and it's called block. Okay. I can't begin to tell you how many people I've blocked on Facebook. I've blocked people on YouTube. I block them because, you know what? If you want to make negative comments, fine, go ahead. But I don't want you to know me. I don't want you to know who you are, because I'm through with negativity in my life. So I have no problem. I just hit the block, never hear from that person again. All right. So there you go. Utilize that. The other thing is fear of not sure what to talk about. And we're going to handle that tonight for sure. You're going to walk out of here with absolutely zero excuses on how and what to talk about. And of course, this is a big one. Some of the reasons people don't do video is that the inner voice is louder, that inner critic is louder than the desire to get results. And that's the truth. See, many people, they want to do something, but they're more comfortable. They say they're not, but they're comfortable in the position that they are because there's no real urgency for them to go out and do something, and that will hold them back as well. So you gotta, no matter what your situation is, you gotta put yourself in, some state of mind to really, understand that you've got to push yourself here.